Hello everyone, welcome to the Crypto Intel channel. Today we'll be conducting a technical analysis of the KASPA coin and discussing the best entry points for today. Before we start the video, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and click the bell icon so you can always stay up to date on what's happening in the market. It takes you literally a second, but for me it's motivation to improve the quality and level of the videos on the channel. We have a lot to discuss, so let's get started right away. The KASPA market is currently in a phase where the price structure is becoming increasingly directional, despite the absence of a clear momentum. The price is holding within the 0.035 to 0.037 range, and the key difference from previous days is a sustained consolidation closer to the upper boundary of the range. This suggests that the market is gradually emerging from a neutral state and beginning to build pressure on resistance. The main change is that the price has stopped actively returning to the lower boundary. Previously, movements were more symmetrical, but now the market is spending more time in the upper part of the range. This indicates a shift in liquidity and a gradual strengthening of buyers. From a technical perspective, the structure looks as follows. Lows continue to rise, pullbacks are becoming shallower, and upward rebounds are occurring more quickly. This is a classic pattern of pressure building, where the resistance level is tested again and again without significant downward pullbacks. Key levels remain unchanged. Support is in the 0.035 zone, followed by 0.033 and 0.030. Resistance is located at the 0.037 and 0.038 levels and the key 0.040 zone. Meanwhile, the 0.037 to 0.038 zone is already beginning to act as a local control point where the immediate direction is determined. From a liquidity perspective, a significant number of short stop orders are concentrated above the 0.038 to 0.040 level. This means that if this zone is broken, the market could gain additional momentum due to liquidations. Below 0.035, there remains liquidity from long positions, which the market could utilize in the event of a pullback. It is important to note that the current structure increases the likelihood of an upward move but does not guarantee it. Before a real impulse, the market often forms false moves. A short-term breakout to the upside with a return to the range is possible, or, conversely, a sharp downward move to gather liquidity before a rise. Therefore, consolidation remains the key factor. A breakout of the level in itself is not a signal. The signal is the price holding above resistance, followed by a continuation of the movement. Market participant behavior is also changing. Sellers continue to defend the level, but their reactions are becoming weaker. Pullbacks do not develop into full-fledged movements, and the price quickly returns upward. This indicates a gradual depletion of supply. Buyers, meanwhile, act cautiously. They do not create sharp impulses but consistently increase pressure. This pattern is characteristic of the accumulation phase before a move. The time factor deserves special mention. The longer the price remains below resistance, the higher the probability of a breakout. The level gradually weakens, and each new attempt makes it less resilient. Looking at possible scenarios, a sustained move above 0.037 to 0.038 opens the way for a test of the 0.040 level. A break above 0.040 could accelerate the move toward 0.045 and then to 0.050. Such a move is typically accompanied by rising volume and the liquidation of short positions. If, however, the price fails to hold at the top of the range and falls back below 0.035, this will signal weakness. In this case, a pullback to 0.033 and then to 0.030 is possible. If pressure intensifies, the price may test the 0.027 to 0.025 zone. A local uptrend is forming on lower timeframes, but it remains vulnerable due to a lack of volume. This means the market could still exhibit sharp movements in either direction without confirmation. Volatility remains low, but this is not a sign of weakness. It is a phase of energy accumulation before a move. Such periods often end with a sharp widening of the range. As a result, KASPA is in a phase of pressure on resistance, liquidity accumulation, and the gradual formation of a directional structure. This is not a random movement, but preparation for an impulse. The key range remains between 0.035 and 0.040. As long as the price remains within it, the market remains in a holding pattern. But the longer the price remains near the upper boundary, the higher the likelihood that the next impulse will be upward. And the next moves will show whether the current pressure is the beginning of a new uptrend or just another phase before further consolidation. Looking deeper into the current situation, it becomes apparent that the market is gradually becoming unbalanced and developing a local bias in favor of buyers. This isn't manifested in a sharp rise, but is evident through the price structure and behavior at key levels. Particular attention is currently focused on the 0.037 to 0.038 zone. This area is becoming a kind of pressure point, where sellers continue to hold the market, but are doing so less and less effectively. Each new touch of the level is accompanied by an increasingly weaker reaction, and pullbacks are losing depth and speed. This behavior indicates that the level is beginning to lose strength. In classical technical analysis, this is called resistance wear. When a level is tested repeatedly without a strong rebound, the likelihood of a breakout increases. Now it's important to pay attention to the structure of the movement within the range. The price is forming a series of higher lows, indicating a gradual strengthening of demand. At the same time, the highs remain limited, creating a compression effect. This compression is a key element. It signifies that the market is accumulating energy, and the longer such a structure is maintained, the stronger the subsequent release will be. In terms of liquidity, the situation remains tense. There's a significant volume of stop orders above the 0.038 to 0.040 zone, which could be triggered upon a breakout. This creates the potential for an accelerated upward move. Meanwhile, liquidity remains below 0.035, which could be exploited by the market for short-term manipulation. This is why a false move scenario cannot be ruled out. Before a real impulse occurs, the market may initially squeeze out liquidity in the opposite direction. This could appear as a sharp pullback followed by a quick recovery. This behavior is often misleading because it creates the illusion of a change in direction. However, in reality, it's only a prelude to the main move. Now, the important point is the reaction after the breakout. If the price moves above 0.038, the key factor is the ability to hold above this level. If consolidation occurs and the price continues to move, this will signal the beginning of an impulse. If the breakout isn't confirmed and the price returns, this indicates a false move and a continuation of the range. It's also worth considering the speed of future movement. At the current level of compression, the breakout will likely be sharp. This is because sufficient liquidity has already accumulated within the range, and when it activates, the movement accelerates. As a result, KASPA is in a phase where pressure on resistance is becoming increasingly pronounced, the structure is becoming directional, and liquidity is concentrated in key areas. This creates the conditions for movement, but the final direction will be determined by the reaction to the level and the price action after breaking out of the range. And friends, don't forget to leave your thoughts on the KASPA coin in the comments below this video, what your plans, hopes, and expectations are for it. The best and most engaging comment will be featured in the next video. Just a reminder, friends, informational and news videos are posted on the channel every day, so you won't get bored here. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you're always up to date on all the latest news. And if you liked this video, please support me with a like. Your like is my motivation. Thanks to everyone for watching, and see you next time.